the last couple of days been like for you?
Not the greatest. I mean, it's just the biggest thing with sickness is energy levels and trying to get sleep, and so I've just been working on that and trying to get as much rest as possible. And today, my trainers and everybody was great in helping me get ready, and I got an IV before the game, which helped a lot with my energy, with my hydration. So, yeah.
Was there any point in today or yesterday where you thought I might not be able to go?
No. I knew it's been something I've practiced the last few days. I missed shoot around today mostly to just catch up on sleep and rest and making sure I had all my energy for tonight. But there was never a doubt if I was going to play or not.
Was it diagnosed? Do you know what? Was it like flu or do you?
It's not. I haven't been feverish, which has been the nicest thing about it. But there's been stuff going around. This is how the winter is. So it's something I get pretty much every year.
Based on tonight, is the goal to get sick?
No, definitely not. Hopefully we can play like this without being sick. That'd be nice.
How much sleep did you get last night?
As much as I could. I mean, I was in bed a lot of the time. It was just staying asleep was the hardest part of it. So having the day open to be able to rest and catch up on that was really good for me.
How easy was it, though, to put kind of that behind you once the game got going and you kind of got into a flow and hit some big shots?
Yeah, I mean, my energy levels actually felt a lot better than I was expecting them to. Going into the game at halftime, it was a little bit energy was a little bit low, but I was able to get a little bit more fuel in me. So when I was on the court, I wasn't really thinking about my sickness at all.
So Coach talked about the connectivity the team had when Cam went down, allowing you to come out there and still close out the game. What does he say about this team being able to come back out, even after all these injuries at the regular season?
Yeah, the worst part about the game of basketball is the injuries part of it. And so it's something I think every athlete's prepared for and every team needs to prepare for. I mean, we're all with Cam right now. It sucks being injured and being taken away from the thing that you love to do. But we're all with him. We're all going to keep rallying. I mean, injuries is nothing new to our team so far this season, so we're just going to keep rallying, keep figuring it out.
How difficult is that? You were here last season too, to just keep having those conversations with guys and keep seeing, your teammates go down like this.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say it's part of the game, and I don't know how much I'm sure other teams deal with injuries as well. It's just something that we need to plan for, and I guess not plan for, but adjust when things happen and play for the guys that can't play.
Defensively, what does that kind of change in the foreseeable future for you? Obviously, you had stepped up as such a kind of a glue guy defensively. Where do guys need to fill in the holes there, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, Cam is he's arguably one of our best defenders on the team, and so that obviously sucks not having him to add to that momentum. But I mean, I think it's something we can rally with. We can keep figuring it out.
Are you familiar with the Michael Jordan flu game? Did Pope put that on for you last night?
No, I'm familiar with the flu game with the flu game shoes and everything. But I don't know if you can compare tonight to Michael Jordan or anything to Michael Jordan. But.
Can you take us through the corner three in the second half, and then also what you saw when you kind of just got down there? What you saw when you kind of just jumped down there and ripped that ball, and then obviously get the bucket on the other end in transition?
Yeah, I mean, I think they had some sort of miscommunication where I was in the corner. I was open there for a little bit, so I started screaming at Malachi, and he finally saw me. And when I got the ball, I still had a bunch of time to adjust and to, stay comfortable. And so I guess, I had the steal right after. We were big on they still got us a lot, but trying to have a third defender in pick and rolls, they were hitting the short roll a lot. And I was able to get a hand on a ball on one of the short rolls, which was our goal, which I think we could have done more of, but that led to the transition bucket.
Collin, you guys have been through so much this year. Jalen Lowe gets hurt. JQ's been in and out with injuries. Now Cam started off slow, came back 2 games where he had 17-point deficits. It seemed like this team just won't quit. They keep fighting back. Is that a message maybe from the players that you would send to the BBN of like, hey, we've been through a lot already. We hate it for Cam, but we are going to bounce back?
Yeah, I mean that's been a theme this whole season is resilience, is responding, is adapting, and so this is another thing in the road with Cam that we have to adapt and we have to play and win for Cam. That's the best way that we can support him and help him is by winning.
Mark Pope said Malachi's been kind of a vocal leader in the huddle as of late, led the team in assists tonight. Can you just talk about what he's done for this team and kind of elaborate on him becoming that vocal leader?
Yeah, Malachi's a very smart basketball player, and in the offense that we run, a lot of the time our 5 men are kind of like our quarterbacks. They have the balls while we're cutting, and it helps to have him who's very smart, who's seeing what he's seeing as a quarterback and can relay to us things that he's seeing and how we can get open. And that's one thing I've noticed about Malachi since he stepped on campus is he's a smart basketball player.
You kind of see him taking over more of that Amari Williams role that he had last year. Have you kind of seen him step into that role more?
Yeah, and he's continuing to improve and to really it's an experience thing and learning, and that's what he's doing and now he's able to relay that to us and what he's seeing and making more plays.
Collin, how you feel?
Keep going hard, pick up the intensity for him. In moments like this, we can't, do nothing but just be there for him, and enlighten him, what I'm saying? Bring this energy around him, play the game with him, and stuff like that.
Coach Pope has talked about, when he talks about your game, resilience, toughness. A winning team has to have a guy like Mo Dioubate. This team showed resilience through many injuries so far. Do you expect this team to keep going after yet another, looks like season-ending injury?
We just gonna keep going. What I'm saying? Like we understand. This is just another example of adversity, and we've been through that this year so far. So, we just gonna have other guys, step up. The guys that have been playing good. They just gotta keep doing what they're doing. What I'm saying? I think we're gonna be fine.
What's it feel like to be regarded as the toughest guy on the team?
Honestly, it should mean something to me, because I just go out there and just try to play my game. What I'm saying? It's not something I necessarily looking for, as a name, but it's just who I am. So.
As a team, this is one of your best starts to an SEC game. Just talk about being able to start well and then continue through that with the rest of the game.
We had a talk before the game. Coach, he was like, we got to pick the intensity early. That's been our issue all year. So, that was the thing going into this game. Let's start the game well, and it's going to carry over to second half. And I think we did a good job at that today. Offense and defense. We didn't allow a lot of points. We shot more free throws than they did. So, that's kind of been a memo going on, and we executed well today.
Talk about Collin playing through not feeling well.
Oh, Collin is tough. What I'm saying? Like, we got a tough white boy in our team. What I'm saying? Like, he's a dog. Like, we all been through, some kind of sickness this year. He was able to play through it and stuff. So, that just shows the kind of player he is.
Does that go down as the Collin flu game?
The flu game, yeah, Collin. Yeah, for sure.
How much did he surprise you? I mean, you're new to his team. And
Collin?
Yeah. Just what you saw him when you first met him, and then to see how he played.
Oh, yeah, okay. He surprised me a lot because, we played him last year, but I didn't pay very much attention to him. I just know he was able, he was like a shooter and stuff. But, I didn't know the athleticism he had. I didn't know he was a good defender. So, I'm still be shocked, by some of the stuff that he be doing on the court.
And he's the old married man that goes home.
Yeah.
What did you think about Otega's poster that he had?
Oh, that was motivational. I need to get me one next game. That's what I said when he dunked it. it just shows, how old been coming along all year. He's been consistent, on the rim. He's been good for us so far.
Why didn't you guys just fold? It started rough. You lost 4 to ranked teams. Why didn't the team just fold in instead of coming back?
Because we felt like we didn't reach our peak, or we weren't even close to playing how good that we were able to. You know what I'm saying? We know the kind of team we had. We always used to wonder why aren't we playing good? We have the talent and stuff. So it was just a matter of time. A matter of time where we figure out offense and the rotation and stuff like that. And it's starting to click for us right now. So
I think it's hard to be patient.
Yeah, patience, that's the key to life, though. You got to be patient if you want good things to happen in your life. So we were just patient. We stay down, through hard times, and it's been working for us as of late.
So this was the first game in a while where y'all went into it not trailing by a lot. So now that you kind of had it, do you think that nickname of Cardiac Cats, second half Cats, was
They called us that?
They called it.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. But I think it's a good start to us and further games that we got ahead of us. We feel like we starting to figure out teams early on in the game, so that's gonna help us in further games to where we're not trailing and have to come back. You know what I'm saying? So.
Did you have a different team nickname in mind when that came when you mentioned that?
Different team nickname. I don't got any yet. No.
Was there kind of a sense of relief at halftime, knowing that it was tied and you didn't have to deal with a double-digit deficit?
Oh yes, I'm gonna say yes because we haven't been in that position in a while, especially against a good team. So we know that we still had to pick up the fight. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to win by double digits, so we couldn't let up and be satisfied by that.
I think I came in late when you were talking about Cam, but what was that moment like in the locker room after the game ended when you got to finally talk to him with the team?
It was a sad moment, especially for me too. I'm really close with Cam, but he wasn't as down, you know what I'm saying, as it made it seem. So it made it better for the vibe in the locker room, you know what I'm saying. We know that Cam's gonna get right. He's a soldier. He's gonna get right. So you know what I'm saying. He's with us. We're with him.
What is your relationship like with Cam? When did you all kind of start hitting it off?
We always kind of been, kind of close. You know what I'm saying. I'm the guy that's close to everyone on the team, or cool with everyone. So, but we play the game a lot together and stuff. We talk about a lot of things off the court. But it's been like that for months now.
Mark talked about that late rebound. You outfought the big guy for the ball. It's the most important rebound you can. So, what did you see on that? What were you going through to pull that?
I seen that that the big man, he was wide open on he didn't have anyone on him, So I was thinking of if the ball goes up to his side, there's no one's gonna be able to stop him. So I just quickly ran over, put a body on him to try to stop him from getting a rebound, and that's what I did. Just did my job.
With Cam out now, it seems like Trent might be the next guy to kind of step up and earn some more playing time for himself. Just what have you seen from him in practice, and even in some of the game run he's gotten that can help his team, stepping in for a guy like him?
One thing about Trent, he has always been consistent for us in practices. He's been one of our most consistent guys in practice, with making shots and just playing his game. And I think this will be a great opportunity for him, to step up. He's been asking for this all year, so the moment's right here for him. And I think he's locked in on that, and good things will come.
The more injuries that pile up, it means more pressure for the guys that can play. Does the team feel that, or do y'all just kind of go out there and just play no matter who's available?
We just go out and play. We've been saying it all year, all summer. We're the deepest team in the country, so I don't think that should just stop now, because we got a few injuries out, a few guys out and stuff. I think we're still able and capable of doing great things this year.
It seemed like tonight you guys had more success drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. I guess, did it feel that way on the court, and also how much of a focus has it been to earn those opportunities at the foul line with the way you play in the half court?
It's just part of us finding our offense. I think, if we just keep playing that way, getting downhill, playing off 2 feet, being patient, it's going to force the defense to make decisions,
Yeah.
Either they're going to have to step up or, they're going to have to foul us. So I think it has to do with the way we've been playing, We've been getting a lot of paint touches and stuff, making it harder for the opponent. So, as long as we keep that up, we're going to shine.
What's it say about Collin tonight, battling through an illness and coming out there and playing like he did?
It just shows his toughness. Collin, he a tough guy. All year, everyone been through some kind of illness or battle. I went through it, the week of Bama game. So every guy that's been through that just try to fight through it. And, Collin, it was like his flu game today. So. Special moment for him.
Texas's coach said that you all were able to kind of go after their drop coverage. At what point did you all realize that you kind of exploit that? And do you think that led to being able to get to the line a bunch more as well in this game? Or?
We kind of knew that they was going to do that going into the game. So we practiced, scoring, fresh as the drop in practice. So, we were kind of prepared for it, that kind of defense that they was going to throw at us. So. It made it easier for us on the offensive end.
What's to say about this group after starting 0-2 in SEC, now reeled off 4 straight wins? Do you feel like this group is really kind of finding its identity?
I think we are. Honestly, like we starting to feel more confident out there. We starting to know where guys belong on the court, certain shots to take. We're playing more unselfish, And we getting it rolling right now,
And seeing Cam go down, I know but
he was waiting for us in the locker room, and we just made sure we all, gave some encouragement.
4 consecutive wins. How has it built the team's confidence? Just kind of getting back on the win streak.
I think it's built our confidence a lot. We're rolling. I think the biggest thing for us is just our attention to detail and our intensity every single game, just bringing it, no matter the game before. Every game is a new game, so I think we're doing a good job of just focusing on the game that's in front of us.
Otega, you play Ole Miss next, and your former teammate Travis Perry, who had 5 threes last night. What's it going to take to stop him on Saturday?
Don't let him get 5 threes. Just force him inside the 3 and play aggressive.
Otega, what are you seeing from Malachi? He's putting together some crazy stat lines, tonight included. What have you seen from him, and how much has he developed since just the start of the year?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's really filling up the stat sheet. Blocks, assists, rebounds, feeling really good. So that helps us out a lot when he's being that efficient, that aggressive. We're a really good team.
Does he remind you a little bit of Amari last year?
A little bit. My fault. But I'm about to come out. I'm doing media. I'm about to come out.
First.
Not for real.
Hey, after being around Collin the last few days and seeing how he was feeling, surprised tonight or?
Yeah, he came out balling. I don't know. I feel like when you sick, you gotta play extra hard, and that's what it looked like. He was just going out there making all types of plays, being aggressive. So that was really good.
You looked pretty peaked last week yourself. Did you give it to him?
What, the sickness?
Yeah.
I hope not. I'm feeling better, so I don't know where he picked that one up. But yeah, I think he's feeling a little better now too.
Otega, in your opinion, what's been the biggest difference from 5 games ago to this point?
I think we're really just playing connected. We're really focusing on the defensive end, trying to get some stops to get out in transition. And I feel like when we do get out in transition, it kind of sets us up for our offense, even in the half court. Like, we just know what we can get to. And like I said, just the intensity on defense has really been good for us.
It seems like you guys have also had more success getting to the foul line, earning some free throw opportunities. How much of an emphasis has that been, and how did that show itself tonight?
Yeah, it's a big emphasis for us. We got a lot of guys that can get downhill and get to the free throw line. We just got to keep on putting pressure on the refs to call it. But it's big for us because that's gonna open up our three-point shots as well.
Is that something that maybe wasn't happening so frequently earlier in the season, especially in the half-court offense, that's maybe changed in recent weeks?
Yeah, probably.
With Cam's unfortunate situation, Trent got forced into the game. He hasn't played a whole lot lately, but he responded. What do you expect to see from him, going forward with maybe a bigger opportunity?
Yeah, he's gonna have to really step up. Next man up mentality. He practices every single day, gives his intensity every single day, so he'll be used to coming in and doing what he does. But he's just got to be ready. Obviously, he's gonna get some big minutes now that Cam is out, but we just got to have that next man up mentality.
What do you think has clicked for Denzel over the last couple weeks?
He's just being really poised. He's not rushed at all. He's finding the shots that is good for him, and he's taking them. He's being really efficient.
Does him taking over games late, does any of that surprise you? His ability to just kind of put the team on his back and say, no, it's my time?
Nah, I've seen it in the summer too. He's a scorer. He could really score. So that's something that is starting to come to light, and everyone's starting to see. He's a really good scorer. What's that opened up for you? I can score as well. It's more than one guy that you gotta key in on and focus on. So it just opens up the lane, opens up the game for it.
How good does it feel to just get some momentum, stack wins for the after so many highs and so many lows earlier in the season, to kind of just be leveling off at the highs?
It feels really good. Just anytime you win, it feels good, especially when you get a couple in a row, and especially in the SEC. It's a gauntlet, so anytime we can win, it feels really good. Adds some confidence.
And what was the secret to not deal with another double-digit deficit early?
We had a double
to avoid it for the first time in 3 games.
That was good. I feel like it makes the game so much easier when you're not down 20 and you got to call back. So it was really good. I feel like we just did a good job of starting off hot and really locked in.
What does it say about this team to be able to win in as down by as many as 18? How things were tonight too.
My fault. You said that again.
What does it say about this team to be able to win in different ways, down 18 all the way to kind of how you won tonight?
Yeah, it just shows it's a credit to us. We're a resilient group. No matter what the score is, we're gonna always fight, close, not close. If we're up by 20 or down by 20, we're gonna always fight. So that just shows our style, how we play. And, that's a great way to play. Every single game, we're never going to quit. We're always going to have some fight with us. So,
what do you say about Collin, the way that he kind of battled through an illness and was able to contribute so much tonight?
Yeah, I feel like that kind of sums up the identity of our group. It's just we fight. He had to fight. He wasn't feeling well, so he knew that we were still going to need him, and he came out and played amazing. So, that just shows our identity, really. Regardless, feeling good, not feeling good. We're just going to go out there and play.
How was the team feeling after Cam went out? Because I know you guys have gone through some injuries this year. How do you rally around him, one, and how do you guys get back out there?
Yeah, we feel for him. Super unfortunate that he went down. We just got to fight. We got to fight for him. Have the next man up mentality, and I know he would. If it was anyone else, he would want us to go out there and still perform. So we got to do that.
You guys have any sympathy on the team for whoever has to go against Mo every day in practice?
Nah, because we have to do it. We have to deal with it every day in practice. So
what's it like?
It's physical. It's like you playing a game in practice. You got to box him out, and that's not easy. So we're just glad that he gets to do it to someone else now.
How important is that weapon to your overall team? Because it's kind of a unique skill set he's got.
Yeah, it's huge. It cuts their possessions. A little shorter when he could go out there and get a steal, or he could, just completely take his man out to play. And I feel like that's that defensive intensity that we need. That's going to help us win a lot of games.
How important were those free throws, particularly Denzel's free throws down the stretch for you guys?
They were huge. They kept it like I think it was a 2-possession game. Both free throws that he made. So. It was good just giving us some breathing room a little bit. We've been in these close game situations where it comes down to the last possession, but, he gave us some breathing room with those free throws.
How weird was it not to be down by 20 at halftime?
Yeah, I was just saying that. It's crazy. It's a good feeling, you know. You end the game with a lot more energy because, you know, you're not fighting back down 20 second half. So, I mean, it's something that we definitely have to keep on doing.
I hadn't thought about that. How hard is that physically to have to come back from 15, 20 points down versus just playing a normal game?
Yeah, it's hard physically, mentally, because, you know, you got to really lock in every single possession. You know, you down 20, like, you can't, this play, you know, they score, we'll be all right. Nah, because you're down 20, so you got to stack some stops. On top of that, you got to score as well. So, along with the physical, you know, mental, you really got to be sharp.
Otega, you guys have been through so much this year. You had Jalen get hurt. JQ's been in and out with injury. Now Cam started off slow and then had the 2 games where he's 17-point deficits. After a game, you told me, you said, all the outside noise about this team not getting along is outside noise. It's not true. How close has this team gotten through everything you guys have been through?
Yeah, I feel like we've gotten even closer. We're already a close-knit group. But, you know, that's the thing with basketball. It's going to force you to, you know, really lean into each other, you know, all the ups and downs. It just brings you closer. And I feel like just canceling out and blocking out the outside noise, that's been a really good thing for us because we've all just leaned into each other.
Does it make you work a little harder out there when you have a guy like Collin that you know is a little under the weather and he comes out and he gives a performance like that?
Yeah, I mean, it rubs off on you. You know, he's not feeling well and he's still going out there giving it his all. So, you know, it should be a trickle-down effect. Everyone should go out there and do that. And I feel like we did do that today.
Do you think helped this team get off to the start that you did, something we haven't seen in the last couple of games in the first half?
I think just being aggressive and decisive. You know, I think a lot of times we start the game and we're trying to, I feel like we kind of respect the defense a little too much, you know, just trying to really read the defense instead of, you know, respecting our offense and being aggressive. So I think we were really decisive today.